Make some noise loud so you can get 1, 2, 3. Music
Number one comedian here in Philadelphia. Number one comedian here in Philadelphia. Number one comedian here in Philadelphia. Number one comedian here in Philadelphia.
PlatinumTouchpresents, the show you all been waiting on. And now, it's time for the Hill-arious Show with comedian Malcolm Hill.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, comedian Malcolm Hill. This is the Hill-arious Show. Each and every Thursday, 7 o'clock, right? We got a good show for y'all today, man. It's the Hill-arious Show. Each and every Thursday, we got a great show, as we always do, man. You know, I had a big week, you know, a whole big weekend. We're going to explain that, and we're going to go into details on that. Plus, we got another legendary comedian, man, a guy that, you know, when I first started out, I watched this brother do his thing, man, and he moved out, you know, he moved out to L.A. and doing big things, man, linked up with Charlie Mack, and, you know, he's doing big things. He's been in movies. He's done it all, man, and I watched him, actually pattern, you know, watching him, man. I ain't like, this is the first time I'm telling him, I said, you know what? I'm gonna rock out and do it, you know what I mean, do what he do, follow his lead, man. But he's doing big things, man. I got my man Jamal Doman is about to come on here with us, man, and bless this show. And we got a lot to talk about, man. So before I start, I gotta bring my co-host on, my man NA, where you at?
What up, big brother? How you feel, man?
What's going on, man?
Oh man, I can't complain at all.
Yeah.
You got your Allen Iverson shirt on there?
Yeah, AI, man. You know,
the great AI. Are you feeling like the great AI?
Actually, somebody got me this shirt, so I got it on. But I'm feeling like AI today. I'm feeling like a star today. I'm feeling like a rock star, okay? Because, you know, the show that we just did, man, you know, definitely darn near brought tears to my eyes, man. We was at the Met Theater. I performed on the Met Theater. And it's not, you know, like I was telling people, it's not the fact that, you know, performing, you know, at the Met in front of a lot of people, whatever. I performed in front of, you know, some people before, but to perform in my home city in front of all the people, you know, for me was a big situation that I always wanted that to happen. So, you know, it was definitely a blessing to do that. You know what I mean? And, you know, a lot of people was like, oh, are you nervous or are you scared? For some strange reason, that was the most calm I've ever walked out on stage since I've been doing comedy. And people, you know, and it was a lot, I'm not gonna front, there was a lot of pressure on me to come through, you know, a lot of, you know, because everybody got some haters, everybody got, you know, friends of yours, supposed to be friends of yours that be hating on you, that want you to fail so that they can feel good about themselves. And that's the nature of black. You know,
you're 100% correct.
Right, black folks want you to fail, and so that they'll feel good about themselves. You know, they don't want somebody that they don't know to fail, but somebody that they know, they don't really want you to do well, okay? They want you to do okay, but they don't want you to do well. So it's definitely, you know, was a lot of pressure on me to come through and do the damn thing, man. And, you know, because especially the promoter, you know, everybody, you know, when you walk out there, you got the promoter out there, you got, you know, he's watching, he got his arms folded, he in the back, he want to make sure this thing go right. And then you got, you know, the people that support you in the building, and you got some people that, like I said, there's always people that don't, you know, want you to do what you do. But, you know, make it short, you know, I was blessed to be able to do what I do, man. And it's like, when I walked out there, it was like, I've been here before. Like, this is nothing. And which is strange, amazing, you know, to be able to walk out there with the calmness that I had. But I'm not going to front. When I came out there, the amount of love and the claps that people was doing, that messed me up. That had me down there, down there put a tear in my eye. I want to tell you, your big boy almost cried for a couple of seconds because.
Oh, I seen you.
Yeah, you seen that?
I seen you. You know what I mean? But to all fairness, it was like the biggest thing that you've done thus far. Right. It was a real good joint. It was very professional. Besides waiting outside for like 2 hours, but other than that, you know what I mean?
Right.
You did your thing. You know what I mean? And I don't heard you a million times. Yeah. And you made that thing sound like it was new. So you did good. You know, because I tell you, I'll be quick to tell you.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't been performing much. I've been hosting karaoke, hosting parties, doing our show and another show. So I haven't really been doing stand-up. So when they had booked me for this thing, usually when you're about to do a show with that amount of people on that side stage, you're supposed to be always, going to different stages, working on stuff and this, that, and the other. I'm gonna be real. I haven't thought about comedy at all until that day. Until it was time for me to really go on stage. And it's like, I'm blessed to be able to have the ability to turn it on and become someone else and do what they do. When they
quickly.
Right, when I first seen Jay-Z on this thing called Fade to Black, he said, well, I don't write this, that, and the other. And I'm like, man, that's impossible. But now I see what he's saying. If you're blessed and that's who you really are, you really don't have to write. You just have to just be yourself and just be yourself and just go and see what and whatever happens. But I'm not gonna lie, after I got off, I said, then stuff started coming to my head on what I should have been saying. Because I don't even know what I said. The boy filmed it. Oh, that's another thing. And people don't know the drama that you go through before you get on stage. Like, tell me if I'm wrong. I hired this cameraman 2 weeks ago. Good friend of mine, cameraman. He's gonna come. He got the drone. We, up in it. It's gonna be film crazy, right? So he says he's gonna do it. But I haven't called him ever since because I'm busy. You know what we do? We busy, right? So I haven't talked to him. So he's supposed to meet me there at 4:00, and we're going to shoot, take some pictures, do some things before the show, whatever, right? At 4. I haven't spoke to him all week, but he's mad at me. But tell me if I'm wrong. So around 1:00, I calls him up to make sure he's good money. It's going to be about 1,000 something people in here. Are you good money? He don't answer his phone. I calls him again at 2:30. He don't answer his phone. So when I call him at 3, then I call somebody else that answers the phone on the first ring. Bam. So I had to text him back, another cameraman, and I had to text him back and say, yo, I'm gonna have to cancel you. He still ain't even text me back. So then the next day, he gonna be mad at me, talking about how you gonna cancel me when I told you I was gonna meet you there at 4:00. Now I understand that you said you was gonna be there at 4:00, but this is big. I need to know, are you gonna be there at 4:00? He said, well, once I told you, my word is born. I've never been fired before, right? I said to him, if your wife is about to get married and you hired a DJ, you ain't talked to the DJ all month after you hired him. But the day of, you call the DJ at 12:00 and the wedding is at 3, and he don't answer the phone. Are you going to bank on this nigga is so professional?
No, you can't do it.
Another DJ. He talking about, dog, you supposed to bank on these both. I said, no, brother. Sorry to tell you. You know what I mean? So, the drama that I was going through, even it's a lot that goes through it just to be on that stage, man. And like I said, when I came out there, when they called my name, the people was howling and screaming, and I was in shock on the people. like to me, it's like they don't know who I am. They want to see the headline. These people don't know who I am. And when they called my name, I ain't never heard it like that before. And I darn near was looking around like, well, damn, did they say my name?
He's simple as hell.
Like, who did he just say? Because they wanted to see Tony Robbins. So
but no, you being too modest though, because ain't no way nobody in Philadelphia don't know you. You don't been on everything. You don't been the host of everything from churches to
But
nobody
never did it like that.
No. You was starstruck because it was some popular people there. That's all that was. Because and if I think about it, all them NA joints she was doing, it was like 4,000 people at them joints at the expo. Oh, yeah. So it was just the caliber of comedians that you were doing it with, and you hold your own. You definitely hold your own on that joint. You know what I mean? But forget talking about you, man. We ain't trying to hear about you all day.
Hey, answer this. Did you see what's going on with state, 48 or whatever? They said having $100 minimum per person to go to a restaurant. A lot of people was having a problem with that, saying it's $100 minimum per person, because they was, how we do, we fight in that. I don't know what it is, but it's been about 15 fights in that darn restaurant. So now they made the policy saying $100 minimum per person, not at the table, per person. So people is complaining about that, and they like, how they gonna do that? The thing is people don't want to be told what to do. You gotta wear a mask. I ain't wearing no goddamn mask. You can't smoke in here. Nigga go in the back. He could have been smoking all day, but he gonna go in the back and smoke. You can't bring your own drink in. Women open their pocketbook, they got the drinks. We don't like to be told what to do. We do the opposite.
Absolutely.
So you think it's okay for them to give it in their own establishment $100 per person, not whoever's at the table, $100 per person?
I don't know if it was $100 per person though.
Yeah,
I think it was just $100 minimum.
no, I think it's 100. Oh, see, that's what. No. I think people pissed off. They running us out of there. They say.
But guess what? What? If you want to go out, you want to eat good. I mean, those steaks is like $50 anyway. So if you ain't got $100, you don't belong there.
That's what
they go buy Prada and Gucci and Polo and all that,
right.
Expensive stuff. They pick and choose, but you want to eat good and you want to be cheap.
Yeah.
Don't go.
Yeah.
I agree with Teray. I seen Teray say what he said. You know what I mean? And basically, if you can't afford it, you don't belong there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, how can you be upset? It's like somebody coming to your house and you tell them if you come in this house, you got to bring something. Right. If you don't want to bring nothing, don't come in my damn house. You know what I mean? So no, definitely, man. That's just everybody got something to say. You know what I mean?
When you got it, that's another thing. When you gotta bring something, when they say you gotta bring something, black folks don't want to bring nothing because you said that. If you wouldn't have said that, I was gonna bring something. When you tell me I got to bring something, now I'm not gonna bring nothing.
You ain't coming.
No, because I'm thinking they done told that to a whole lot of other people, so they already got something. So when I hear you gotta bring something, that's my cue. They know somebody else brung something. You don't need nothing. Because so they say, Malcolm, you gotta bring something to the barbecue. I say, well, man, how many people gonna be there? Say about 100, 150. Oh, about 100 something 50 people. I know somebody done brought everything that you need. So
everything.
I don't need to bring nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But black folks, we don't like to be told what we have to do. Nah, we boy, remember when the corona first came out and we had to, you're in the supermarket and you got to stand on the circle and you got to stand on that circle. Man, we walked all over past them circles like them circles wasn't there. You got to be on the elevator, it's circles on the floor, distance, with your distance and all that. We ain't doing all that. Black folks do not want to be told what they got to do. And that's the problem. That's what white folks don't understand. Don't tell us we got to wear a mask. Don't tell us, don't tell us shit.
Nothing.
We can go for it. No, don't tell us nothing.
Bring Jamal up, man. See what Jamal talking about.
Listen, man. I'm about to bring my man on because I can't keep him holding. He's out in LA right now. Okay. Time differential. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, this brother I'm about to bring on is one of the legends in the comedy game. Very, very funny. He's been on everything. He rolls with Master P. He's out there with the big boys. So with all that said, make some noise for my man, Mr. Jamal Doman.
Yo, what's good? What
up? What up, big man?
Yeah, what's up, man?
You, man.
Hey, what's up with it?
What's good with you, man?
Hey, man, thanks for having me, man. Hey, man, you're shining, man. You're looking good, Mr. Hill. You still got your hairline, I see, and that's real too. They know.
I'm one of the only comedians that still got hair.
Yeah, I see.
You, Denny, Teray,
all of it.
All y'all niggas is done. I'm the last nigga. Me and Derek.
The last, yeah, you holding on. You holding on with all your mic, man.
Though. It's going back, but we still here. He's still
there. Yeah. What's up, man? Hey, man, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Listen, man, to tell the people, real quick, a little quick story about you. Tell them, how'd you got started and what got you to go out to LA? Because you rolled out on us. You was here with us. Grinding, and you said, "No, I got to change gears." And I thought, I ain't gonna lie, I thought you was gonna be like everybody else and come back. Okay? Because a lot of niggas went out there, and a lot of niggas came back. You the
You
only
thought I was-
one that's still out there battling this shit. Go ahead, tell me about this.
You thought I was gonna be Buck Wild, throw a going away party and don't go
He
away.
threw a going away party.
He threw a going away to LA party and didn't go away.
And then go away. Yo, I gotta call him. I remember that.
You remember that? Yeah.
Telling everybody he's going to LA. Had the party jumping.
Had the party. Yep.
And right back 2 days later, right back
Yep.
to the same house. Yeah,
I don't even think it was 2 days. I don't think the nigga left, but you know, that's Buck, man.
yeah.
But for me, yeah, man, I started in '93 in Philly, man. It wasn't a whole lot of us.
Right.
It wasn't like the scene it is today. There's a lot of comics back in the day. It was only about 15 of us, 15, 20 of us
Right.
doing the circuit. Javon Pearson was the man. Ronnie Long was the nigga I looked up to. Ronnie was that nigga.
Ronnie James.
I would study Ron. I would sit and study him, study his whole set.
Yeah, was the first one on Def
Yeah.
Jam.
D Lee was popping. I started me, Blackson, and Teray kind of started around the same time.
Right.
So I did my 4 year. I call it 4 years of college in Philly. I did 4 years, and I thought I was ready to move. You know, I thought I was ready to go. I said, fuck it, man. I got my income tax check. I think I got like $1,800, and I was like, man, I'm going to LA.
That's a heck of a move. That's a heck of a move right there to do
Yeah,
that.
I went out there, man. It's funny because when you get out there, I realized Philly was like college. LA is like the pros.
Right,
You know,
okay.
New York and LA, that's the pros.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So when I got out there, you know, I was a college player going to the pros, but I struggled because, you know, the game was,
Right.
you know, sport, the game was faster.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah.
you know, you know,
They was doing it before.
Yeah.
We wasn't doing it like that.
it took me a minute to get my feet. If I actually, you know, hindsight is 2020. If I had to do it all over again, I would have went to New York for a few years, and you know, worked up there and then came out to LA. But you know, it worked the way it worked out, man. You know,
But
we still out.
you're around Master P, you're around Will, you're around all
Yeah.
the biggest people in the entertainment field. And that's how you got you on the movies and all that kind of stuff, because you right there where it's all happening at. Ain't
Absolutely.
nothing happening in Philly. We ain't got nothing, we ain't filming nothing but roach commercials and stuff like that. We ain't got nothing. We got a lot of roach commercials.
They film a lot, but they filming. From what I understand, they filming a lot in Philly now. They filming a lot of movies in Philly now.
All low budget niggas, black folks shooting, and that's
Oh.
it. That's it. We ain't got nothing.
The director got the premiere in his basement. The film premieres in the director's basement.
Man, listen, we ain't got no movies.
It's a few of them. Tell you the truth, it's a few of them out here too. I've done some straight to the director's basement. A lot of them films ain't never came out. I've done a lot of them. But yeah, you know, I got out here, man, just grinded, man, just grinded, linked up. The Master P film, that was Michael Blackson. That's, you know, Mike put me in.
Tell the people how you got on that Master P film.
The Repos. Yeah, I was in Repos. It's funny, man.
And you
We
did
did
good,
Repos
too.
like mid 2000s before social media. Me and Blackson always say, nigga, if Repos was around when it came out, if social media was hitting, we would have popped bigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Repo was like that underground thing. It meant, yeah. So I got on that. Blackson was starring it, and
How did you get on that Repo movie? I mean, did you audition? Because I know the story, but go ahead. Tell
Yeah.
me.
It was Blackson had already was in it. So
Right.
Blackson got the script, and I guess he told Master P about me. You know, he was like, "Hey, man," because Master P was just, you know, at this point he was just looking for actors to, you know, Master P movie is like, "Hey, man, listen, come, you can act, or come on over here. I need you to do this scene."
Right.
You be like, "What's the script?" It ain't no script.
Ain't no
This
script.
is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna walk through the door, and you're gonna cuss me out, and we're gonna start fighting. And just go with it.
Right.
So that's kind of like our scene. That's the scene that we did, man. AJ Johnson was in that. Chris Kennedy was in that.
Yeah.
It's an underground classic, man. And Mass, you know, it's no union.
So it wasn't no script to Repo?
It wasn't really no script. It was kind of like an outline.
Right.
Yeah. So it's no union. You know, you don't even know how much you're getting paid. I didn't know how much I was getting paid. So after I finished filming, I'm walking to Michael Blackson. I'm like, all right, I'm done I'm done filming my scene. He was like, all right. He walked me over to Master P. I remember Master P was sitting in the truck. He was like, hey, P, he's done. And P looked at me, and P went in his pocket, pulled out some money. I see him counting, but I don't know what he's like counting. And he hands me $500. I was like, okay. So for that Repos movie, I got paid $500. That was it. No residuals and nothing like that. Wasn't no union. It wasn't no shit like that. You ain't getting no residuals.
When a nigga pay you right out his pocket, that's a good deal. You didn't have a good deal on that. When he pay
exactly,
he making millions for that movie, and he'd say, "Here, take this, young boy, and keep quiet."
Exactly, man.
But that's the kind of movie.
So so was that like? Would you say like your big break, or was you already pretty much on from the comedy already?
No, that was like my first. No, I would say that was my first pop. You know, I did little stuff before that. I think I did Comic View before that, but that was like the first movie you can say. It was a big budget movie, but it was something. Right. And then I would say Streets. I did Streets. Streets after that was more of a.
But that Charlie Mack movie, right?
That was Charlie Mack.
You know what? You know what's funny? Now that I'm looking at you, I was trying to figure out that is what I saw, because I remember when it was filming some of that up Non-Brigade studio up there. And I was up there for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Southwest. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's crazy.
So I was in Streets. That's Charlie at the time was Malcolm know the story. Charlie was managing Meek Mills at the time.
Yeah, at that time.
They wanted to do a movie with him, and Jamal Hill wrote the script.
Absolutely.
And Charlie and Jamal came to me and said, I got this role for a crackhead. It was a crackhead that kind of Charlie grew up with around that way. His name was Curly. They called him Curly. And actually it's funny, when we was filming, the crackhead came to the set. Charlie was like, yo, Ma, come here. He was like, that's Curly. Curly rolled, he was in this crackhead move. He had his little shopping cart, he was just rolling past. And I'm looking at him, and he looking at me. I don't even think he understood what was going on. Like Charlie was trying to explain to him, like he's kind of playing you in the movie, and he kind of looked. I think he was high at the time. He was like, oh, okay. And he just kept moving. He moved with a shopping cart. But funny thing about Streets, so we filming it. We up Southwest Philly, the whole hood. No, this one Meek. So the hood had found out Meek was doing a movie, so the whole hood is out.
Everybody out there for that.
So I remember it was a break in my scene. I'm all in the crackhead, whole crackhead wardrobe. Right. It was a break in my scene. I'm talking to a little young boy who was just a neighborhood young boy. He was just there chilling. We talking. And then I noticed he had a homie who was standing next to him who was kind of looking at me crazy, like looking at us crazy. So I kind of walked off because somebody called me, and I kind of heard the friend of the young boy I was talking to. He was like, yo, why are you talking to a crackhead like that? And the young boy like, no, he's not he's in this movie. He's playing the role. Right. So the boy thought he was like, oh, his homie's like, oh, I was like, why are you sitting up there talking to a smoker? He's like,
that's how good you was.
That's how good I guess because he thought I was a real crackhead.
You got an award for that. Academy Award for playing a crackhead.
Yeah, my boy Sonny Black was in that movie too. Shout out to Sonny Black.
Non-Brigade, Sonny. That's my homie, man.
Yeah, good dude.
Yeah, real good dude, man.
We wanted. What made you want to get into stand-up comedy? Because you could have been I would say a model, but no, I can't say that. But what is stand-up comedy?
You know what, man? It was I always wanted to be in the entertainment industry. I was an MC. I started out as an MC. I was MC Jamal. I was whack as hell. You couldn't tell me back in the day I wasn't the shit. But now I realize, like, I made some demo tapes. Like I lived around 3 Times Dope. You guys remember 3 Times Dope?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm from Hunter Park. I'm from their neighborhood. So Chuck Nice, the producer, that he produced a couple of my demos. I paid him some money. We did some demos. I tried to shop the demos, but nothing was happening because I was whack. Right. So, but I was always a fan of comedy, and I watched Raw. I saw Eddie Murphy in Raw, and I was like, yo, this is something. I think I kind of want to do this. I was young. I dropped out of Temple. I was trying to find myself. I was running around fucking the bitches, and I ain't know what I want to do. So I heard about an open mic in Camden, Crawford's Lounge. I don't know, wow. Malcolm, that might be a little bit before your time, man. Yeah, Crawford's Lounge in Camden, New Jersey had an open mic. So I was like, you know what? Let me go over there and try to do comedy. Because Def Jam has started coming on, and so I wrote a couple jokes.
Right.
So I go over there. It was Apollo night where they boo you off. So I get up there, I tell the lady, I say, I want to do comedy. So I sign up. She was like, how long you been doing comedy? I said, I've been doing it for a couple years. I ain't never been on stage. I'm lying to her.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I've been doing it for a couple years. She's like, okay, I'm gonna put you up. So she puts me up. They got singers, rappers. So she was like, all right, we got a comedian. Y'all ready to laugh? Here you go, Jamal Doman. I go up there, man, and I start telling a joke. I did this joke about Mary J. Blige, real love. She wears a real weave. The shit was whack. They start booing me. Boo. So I go into another joke. I forgot what it was. And they couple people laughed. Then a couple people started booing again. Boo. So now all the boos. And they had this Sandman. They had this dude who was a Sandman.
Oh shit.
So I see him out the corner of my eye. I see him coming on stage to get me off.
So you running?
I see him coming. So, I could always snap. I was always good at snap. My older brother was great at snapping. He was incredible. Philly, we could snap. Yeah. So it was a dude in the front. He was leading the boos, and I noticed he had a tight shirt on. So I said something about, nigga, you got the nerve to be booing me with your little brother's shirt on. Some shit. You know how that go. Somebody laughs. Somebody laughed at that. So I went on him a little bit more. Right. More people. Now the boos stop. Now people, oh shit, oh, get him. So I start going around the room just snapping on everybody. Wow. Next thing you know, I look, Sandman, he left now. He walked back off stage. Wow. So they let me rock for a little while, and then I didn't win, but the lady was like, "Oh, you good? Come back next week." So that was it. I caught the bug after that. I was like, okay. Wow. I came back next week, and actually, she turned it into a comedy night. They had music, but on the owner said, I want to do a comedy night. So on Wednesday nights, he started doing comedy. And that's when Blackson, Rich Salter, all of them, who all them cats from Kenny Ray Walker. Yeah, remember? Kenny Ray Walker. Timmy Tight.
Let me tell you about Kenny. Hold on, let me tell you about Kenny Ray Walker real quick.
The legend.
This dude is horrible, right?
Oh my goodness, Malcolm.
All right, but I ain't even gonna go into that.
No, listen, Kenny, my dude, man. Kenny. No, let me tell you something about Kenny Ray Walker. I'm gonna tell you that one time we had a show. It was me, him, and Ronnie Long was the headliner. Mm-hmm. Ronnie didn't show up. He was the head. So me and Kenny is tripping. Kenny, because I guess it was Kenny was putting the show together. He's like, damn, where Ronnie at? So he tripping. I'm like, hey man, he ain't coming. We can do this show. Let's just do it.
Right.
Let me tell you, he's like, all right. I said, I got like 10, 20. I can do he said, how much you can do? I said, I can do like 10, 20 minutes. He said, all right, I'll do it. Let me tell you something. To this day, I remember that show. That was one of the best shows. I mean, me and Kenny
Ray Walker?
Kenny Ray went up there and destroyed it. Remember, this 94.
Whenever your name is Kenny Ray Walker, that's not a good sign.
Nigga did the Godzilla choking on the peanut butter jelly sandwich, the Stevie Wonder blind joke. Come on, man. Those was classic jokes, man.
Now that's hey, my mother thinks him doing that, talking about Stevie Wonder is the funniest jokes in comedy. She likes when he talk about Stevie Wonder, and she like when Michael Blackson be flipping that book with the black people on the page.
Oh yeah.
She said those are the funniest two jokes that in comedy that she ever. Kenny Ray and that. So you never know who likes you.
When Kenny start dancing, he do his little dancing.
When he come out and do this, when he come out and do that dance, then that's fun.
Now it's funny. Speaking of Kenny Ray, Kenny is the reason I left Philly because Kenny kept telling me, he said, "Get out of Philly, you funny. Go to New York or go to LA. Don't be like me. Don't stay here. Get out of Philly." And Kenny, he put it in my head to get the fuck out the city, man.
Now in LA, you out in LA, right? So
yeah.
I know you've been with Master P. Of course, you've been with Will Smith over his house all the time, and this, that, and the other. What other celebrities, that you've been linked up to out there when you was out there?
Oh, well, he used to always throw parties at his house. Tyrese is my homie. He used to always throw parties at his house. I used to be, since COVID, he hasn't threw one. He threw BET Weekend. He was known to throw big parties at his house. I mean, one time he had a party, and Charlie had told me about it. I was like, "Get there." So I get to the party. Why I'm the first person there? I'm the only person there, and Tyrese got this hibachi setup where he got the guy cooking Like it's
Right.
Benny
I see
Hunter.
that. I saw that.
So I'm sitting up there I took a picture. I'm sitting up there by myself. He making me food. I'm the only one because I guess I got to the party early. I was there for like 45 minutes by myself, like until people started coming. But yeah, so I hang with, Tyrese. When Kev used to call me, I used to hang with him a lot.
Right.
Before he got Hollywood on. The early days of Kev. I mean, we used to hang at it when him and Tori was still together.
And I want to tell you, I want to thank you. You're the one who put me on my first college show. You called me up. That's the one with and Charlie was there. That's when I seen the preview of The Streets. You called me for that college joint. It was me, Charles Ward, and somebody else.
Yeah, I remember. That's the one. Yeah, Charlie put that together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put me on my first college show. So shout out to you. I mean, it's always good to give back, man. Now, real quick, what's the stage that you ever killed where you felt as though you was that guy on stage? Where was you at and how and tell you know what I mean?
I would say it's out here. I mean, these stages out here are easy, man. It's I mean, the Laugh Factory is, Chocolate Sundays is like, it's like, I don't know if we can cuss on here. I don't know. You definitely okay. It's like wet. It's like some good wet pussy, man.
You can't say good wet pussy on here, but you can cuss.
Oh, okay.
You can't say good wet pussy.
You can't go wrong. Like if you do bad at Chocolate Sundays, then you really must suck.
So they really there to laugh right there, huh?
Yeah, they ready to laugh, man. Chanel Renee just did it last week, man. Chanel did it. She had a good set. Philly's own. Some of these stages out here are easy, man. So it's funny. I was talking to the only thing that's so easy that some comics they can get relaxed out here, then they go on the road. Yeah. It's a whole different ball game.
Something different going on.
You know what I mean? It's like I was talking to Sean Larkins. He was like, "Man, Sean came up in Atlanta, so he came up where, nigga, they don't play. They tell you to kill yourself.
Atlanta will walk up on stage while you're talking.
And take the mic.
And they got the gold fronts, and there'd be a lady with a mustache, and while you talking, they'll walk up on that stage. I see.
Tell you to kill yourself.
Kill yourself, nigga. Break yourself, fool.
Yeah, Sean Larkin was like, man, he's like some of the stuff people get the stuff they do on stage, they can never go. No, they can't go to Atlanta with them jokes. He said, LA makes it's. I'm telling you, it's a LA comic. I'm not even gonna say his name, but he got some stuff. He got some TV shows, but he's LA. He came up in LA. He's from LA, so he came up doing these rooms.
This is the hilarious.
I ain't gonna put him out there. He came up here. He came up here doing these.
And I'm gonna tell it next week.
He came up here doing these rooms. He was never really, really funny, but he was LA funny. You know that he was LA funny.
Okay.
So he got some heat. I think he had a special. He had a TV show. So he started going on the road, and I was hearing my folks in Oakland would call me and be like, "Yo, that nigga bombed. Them niggas." I was here, he was bombed, but it didn't surprise me because I knew what he could do. Like that stuff works in LA. It ain't gonna work, on the road. It ain't gonna work in some of them. It ain't gonna work in Baltimore. It ain't gonna work in DC. It ain't gonna work in Philly. You know what I mean? Philly don't play around.
Philly don't play. Yeah, Philly don't play.
Okay, so it ain't Mike Blackson.
No. It's an LA comic.
LA comic.
Yo, you can't say nothing bad about Mike. Malcolm always ready to fight over Mike.
I love Mike, man. Mike's my man.
I do too. Mike's a great
guy.
guy.
Mike's good people. Everything, he put me in Repos. There's a couple other movies he put me in. Mike is always, if he got something for me, he's always looked out for me, man. We go way back, man.
So during COVID, like, are you more busier now, or did it like were you still working during COVID, or you was like doing behind the scene?
No, we was COVID. We was in where I'm at now. We was doing Zoom shows. That was all. Okay. Everything was shut down out here. I was just doing Zoom shows. It's starting to pick back up now, and I'm trying to get back on the road. But yeah, that pandemic, it fucked a lot of money up. Malcolm, I know Malcolm though. It fucked a lot of cats' money up, man.
Yeah,
so now we just trying to make it back. We trying to get that money back, man. So yeah.
A lot of the clubs that was like Warm Daddies where we used to perform at, they closed. Hibachi, I used to be there every month. They ain't doing comedy right now. So that pandemic really, stop a lot of stuff that was going on as far as comedy.
A good room out here called the Comedy Union. They didn't come back, man. The J Spot had already kind of before it, but we knew it wasn't coming back. So yeah, those are two crucial rooms out here that ain't coming back, man. So I got my own room I do every 2 weeks out here in Inglewood. I'm trying to, and one thing, the good thing about the pandemic, and I see what you guys doing this show, it made people more creative and made you
got to do other stuff. Yeah.
Take advantage of the internet.
Absolutely.
I did Funny Talk. You did my Funny Talk show, right? I think, Malcolm. I did Funny Talk. I was doing it every night with comics, just talking the game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually quiet as kept, talking to a couple people about actually doing it, filming it, and either we're gonna put it on YouTube or try to Fox Soul. I'm talking to the people at Fox Soul. So it's just, it made us be more creative. I'm watching, like tonight I'm doing with the Zoom show to hear more, got Zooming with the homie show. I'm doing that tonight. So yeah, it just made people use this, take advantage of what y'all doing. Right. That's great. Yeah. Take advantage of it.
Definitely. That's where we at with it right now, man. And like this show right here, I'm glad we started it, and it's picking up. We get more fan base with it. So you're right. You have to do some other stuff besides stand up, as well. Show you other situations. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
absolutely. Yeah. All right, now top 5. I gotta ask you, top 5.
All time.
All time.
Oh man, okay. Obviously, Richard. I mean, Richard probably the GOAT. I'm gonna leave it to Black. I'm gonna do urban Black comics.
Okay.
So Richard, Eddie, Chappelle, Chris Rock. I gotta go Philly. I gotta go Bill Cosby. I gotta go Bill. Yeah. So I'll say that. So Richard.
You like Bill? Since you said Philly, you like Bill Cosby over Kev?
What you mean?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Bill, and I love Kev, but no, Bill. Yeah.
Malcolm, you always try to start your stuff.
Bill wrote a lot of his. Bill wrote most of his stuff too. So,
I
mean, Bill was a trendsetter.
Hey, I told Kev this to his face. I told Kev.
What are you trying to say?
I love Kev, who used to write his own jokes. I like that. That was my favorite Kev.
People don't realize that.
The first 2 specials.
Yeah.
And I remember when he first got out here, when he was,
So basically, you don't like the Naeem writing Kev.
Well, I don't know how much Naeem write for him.
Just being smart.
But yeah, and I'm not saying the writers come up with some good stuff, but I just my personal take, I like the original.
Yeah,
Kev, that's what I was telling people when we was at open mic night. That dude was funny as heck.
Yeah,
he was funny as heck. The stuff that you see now, to me, is a little bit toned down from when he first was doing stand-up comedy. There's a reason people don't understand this. Is a reason why this dude is where he at, because the stuff he was doing in the beginning is not like what he's doing now, because he's doing movies, studying for movies, studying all that. But the stand-up is not where it's at. But I keep telling people that's not the real dude. If he was just doing stand-up,
right,
instead of all this other selling underwear, selling drawers, and all this shit, and sitting in the tub doing the cold tub shit, if he was just doing stand-up, people wouldn't be saying what they be saying. That dude is actually is a genius at this thing.
Yeah,
he comes up with jokes, see, we like you just said, we watching the writers and the this, that, and the other, because he ain't got time to really just
they putting together the set for him.
Right, they put together the sets for him. But when it was him, that brother is a genius.
When he first, because I met Kev when he first got out here, I talked to him over the phone, and then he just showed up out here. This had to be early 2001, and it was all love. At the time, I was booking Mixed Nuts Comedy Club up in LA, so anytime he called me, I put him up, but I just will watch, because I heard about him. Lynn Brown used to always tell me about him. So when he got out here, I watched him on stage, and he was so poised, and I saw the Keith Robinson influence. I saw it because I knew Keith.
Keith Robinson used to take him around. People don't know.
Yeah, I saw the Keith Robinson New York influence in him, and the way his stage presence. I mean, and I was when the first time I saw him, I was like, "Yo, this dude." I used to try to mix it up.
Yeah. That night, I was looking, and because I feel as though I'm funny, but he was doing stuff that people wasn't doing. Like when he did he was the first person I ever seen do the Crocodile Hunter in North Philly. What if was in North Philly. Oh, ain't that lady? That's a crackhead. You know,
Yeah.
nobody was doing no shit like that. I mean,
Mhm.
it's kind of corny now, but back then,
Right.
lady, he hid behind the tree. All right, there's a crackhead from North Philly, and he was doing that shit. And I'm like, well, damn, this motherfucker.
He definitely was ahead of his time.
Yeah, but now
Yeah.
with the writing and this, that, and the other, it's a little bit, not as, I think he's doing comedy for Netflix and for TV.
Yeah. Well, Netflix gave him that money, so he had to
Well,
do.
he's doing so basically he's doing it for the people that want to spend that money.
That's what he's doing it for. Yeah, he's doing friendly, my daughter and my son, and my daughter and my son, he's doing friendly jokes, and people from Philly, of course, they don't want to hear that. Oh, this nigga. Oh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, his hustle is like no other though.
He's
Right.
doing-
Yeah. You respect his hustle.
You
Yeah.
gotta respect his hustle.
Now,
He always had he always had that hustle, man. It's funny, because he, when he was starting to, do his thing, but not. He used to tell. I used to always joke. We'd be around. And he'd be like, "Man, when I become famous, I'm gonna get Hollywood on you niggas." And people would joke. Everybody would laugh.
Yeah.
But I knew from being from Philly, I was like, I don't think he's joking. I think that nigga telling the truth. Y'all laughing, but I think this nigga telling the truth. And sure enough, when the nigga got big, the nigga got Hollywood, and I, some cats out here got mad, but I wasn't mad because I was like, he told us, he told us, nigga, y'all was laughing, but he was telling the truth, nigga. He was gonna get Hollywood on you niggas.
Real quick, when he did this show in Philly at Brave New World, 7th and Arch, and they was letting me open for him, and he had just started to become a little bit large, right?
Yeah.
And I was standing outside Brave New World waiting to get in. They wouldn't let me in because the lady at the window didn't know who I was. Anyway,
right.
Teray and Spank went to go pick Kev up. They come back. Long story short, when they come back, now there's a security guard in front of them, and they pushing me out the way. Can you back up and let this man through? And I'm like, nigga, this is the nigga from Open Mic Night, okay?
Right.
They told me, no, nigga, you need to back up because Kev is coming through. So then I knew. I said, this dude is on another level. I said, can you imagine, Jamal, me and you, how we family, and in the mall, they telling you back up, Jamal.
Back up.
Malcolm is coming through. And you like, this dad Malcolm Hill from that nigga, back up, Jamal. Malcolm is coming
Facts.
through. You know what? I'm going to do that anyway. I'm going to give security, and I'm going to have them backing people up.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
I said, yo, this nigga on another level right here. This is crazy.
Yep.
To witness that, to witness somebody come from Open Mic Night to back the fuck up, is amazing.
It's inspiring. It's definitely inspiring, man. Inspiring.
Hey, so Jamal, tell me this. Who haven't you worked with that you would love to do a show with? You know what I mean? Like your biggest person you would want to do something. A couple, three. Let's give
Chappelle. I'm a huge Chappelle fan. I mean, he's I would love to do a show with Chappelle, man. Who else? Cat. I would love to work with Cat Williams, man. I would love to, Cat.
He hates some Cat. Malcolm hates some Cat.
So I remember Cat before, that's another dude I remember before Cat was always eccentric, but I remember before he got famous, he was always eccentric, but when he got famous, it went to a whole nother level. Who else?
Why y'all don't never mention my number one comedian, Mike Epps? I done had 55 people on here. Shout out to Joe. I done had 55 comedians on here. Not one comedian has mentioned my number one comedian, Mike Epps. Now, I mean,
Mike, my homie, man. Then Mike might have been my third person. You should have let me think.
You should let him keep going.
But I've done shows with Mike too. I've done shows. I've done shows with Mike. Mike is. It's funny. I still think Mike is underrated, man.
I
still think he's underrated.
It's funny. It's the strangest thing I've ever heard. Everybody.
I think his special's been hit. His special's been hit and misses. Like some specials been misses. Some been like the one he did in Detroit. We had the silver suit on. That was funny as shit. He did one out here a couple years ago that. But then he did another one that was kind of funny. So it's been, it's been hit or miss. But I know Mike. I go wait. Mike was always been funny to me, man. The nigga.
We talking about Mike Epps, people.
Mike Epps, yeah. Mike.
Yeah.
That nigga always been. Nigga always been funny to me. Always.
People that don't even. I mean, I had comedians on here. I talk to people on the streets. They never mention Mike F, which is amazing.
So that should let you know that he's not in the top 5.
No,
that's just your top 5. You only like him because you got the hair like him.
I'm trying to be just like him. He's in my top 5. Mike F, JB Smooth, and Talent.
Oh yeah.
Those 3 people.
Who you say the second? Who was your second one?
JB Smooth.
JB Smooth.
You like JB Smooth over Roberts?
Now remember,
Tony Roberts is a beast.
We talking about now. See, you don't talk about this JB Smooth now. This ain't the JB Smooth that we came up with.
Okay,
we talking about the nigga that nigga in the 90s, and that's the JB.
He hit and miss. I look at him like I look at Martin. I haven't heard nothing good in probably 10 years.
Yeah, but so it happened. You know, let me tell you something. JB was before Curb Your Enthusiasm, all that. I'm talking about JB coming in the 90s.
He was a beast in the 90s. He definitely was.
I'll tell you a quick story about JB. Lynn Brown used to have winners on Wednesday night on Vine Street. He used to let me open up. One time he told me, "Hey, we got JB Smooth coming next week. He our headliner." Now I watched JB on Def Comedy Jam. I wasn't impressed with his set. I was like,
yeah, exactly.
Lynn was hyping him up. Lynn was like, "No, he's funny." I was like, "Man, I saw him on. He did that Batman. This is all right." So he said, "No, he coming next week." So JB comes headline. This one, winners was all the gangsters, all the drug dealers be down there, all them. Let me tell you something, man. To this day, that's one of the top 5 sets I've ever seen with my own eyes. What JB Smooth did that night in that Winners Nightclub, 95, Philly. I'm talking about straight killers. I'm talking about niggas from North. I know they killers. Crying. I mean, that's the JB Smooth I came up with. I don't know this nigga now that's doing comedy.
When he came to the Laugh House, right, and I done seen some funny people. I believe that I'm funny as heck. When I watched this dude, it was to the point where I literally had to put my hand over my ear so I couldn't listen to him because my side was hurting. And I was almost like, seriously, I was hurting so bad that I couldn't listen to him no more. Nobody has never gotten me laughing.
That night at Winners,
I couldn't listen no more.
Yeah, that night at Winners, I remember I was standing next to the bathroom. I remember this gangster going to the bathroom crying. He was like, I can't, saying what you just said, Malcolm. He was like, I can't take this nigga. This nigga gonna give me a heart attack.
I never had nobody make me laugh to the point where, because it's hard for me, it's
hard to make another comedian laugh.
It's hard to make me laugh because somebody say something, I'm already thinking about what they should have said as a comedian because I'm already, if somebody say something funny, I'm in mode of, he should have said this. But listening to JB Smooth, and I'm like, my eyes open like this, and then I'm like this, and my side was hurting, and I'm like, yo, I can't listen to this guy no more. And I've never experienced no shit like that in my entire life. That dude is the funniest dude.
Well, I wish I seen some of that because I ain't seen none of that. But I
so you see, I don't know this nigga now. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, but
the way he can milk a joke
now it's trash juice.
The way he could he used to milk a joke. I mean, that nigga will milk a joke in 10 minutes.
I think one of the joints he was talking about, he was watching some people in a fight. He said about fighting. And he was in the background talking about, man, punch that nigga, punch that nigga. And he said the dude turned around and said, who you talking to? He talking about, I'm not talking. He said the dude started choking him.
Yeah.
And
I ain't even say nothing. He said the nigga choked him all the way home. Yeah.
No, he said he ran home and was looking back and ran through his door. And when he opened the door, the dude choked him through his door.
I gotta find some more. I gotta find some more.
Nate, it's the way he will milk a joke. It'd be the same. He just can milk it for 10 minutes. The joke about the nigga in the club with the shoes, with the leaning shoes, and the way that he was trying to dance and the shoes was fucked up, and he would just do that shit for 10 minutes.
When he listen, it ain't just what he's saying. The guy, some people is born to sing. This dude's face is about this thin. He got his voice is crazy. He's tall, and the mud is so animated that you want to pay attention to everything. Some people have what is called it. A lot of people, he has what is called it, and that is his voice is fucked up. He got a lisp, and his face is thin, nigga. Back then, you ain't never seen no shit like that before. I've never witnessed a nigga on stage looking like that ever. Everybody all looking cool, shades on, and this nigga look like your uncle that's trying to fix the car. Okay, with no tools. Okay, he look like the nigga ain't got no tools and say he can fix the car. That nigga looks fucked up. His voice is fucked up, and that nigga is funny as shit. I'm talking about back then when we first started. Jamal,
Jamal, dopest show you can put together with a budget.
Real quick.
Dopest show we can put together with a budget. I mean,
that you would really like the one that you feel
I would like to do all Philadelphia, like a Philly, Teray, Denny, Malcolm, Skeet, Buck Wild.
Skeet the Beast.
That's a show.
I know I'm Charles Walden.
That's my boy.
Like we do a football state. We do with an Eagles player, just a Philly. Like if I had a budget, I would do a Philly celebration. All of us, you know what I mean? Everybody get up there, do 10, 12 minutes. You know,
that's gonna look like in a laugh house.
Yeah. One of the best shows ever. I did. I remember Kevin. This one, Kev was about to take off. Kev did a Christmas weekend. Charlie promoted it with him, and Kev let me be on it. It was Buck. Keith from Up the Block hosted it. It was Buck came and did some time, and I remember the Saturday 8 o'clock show, because remember they used to do 3 shows on Saturday. The 8 o'clock show, the 10 o'clock show, everybody showed up. Blackson showed up. Charles Richard Salter showed up, and Kev let us all go up on stage and do 5, 10, and it was a celebration. Killer Brew showed up. It was just cool, man. Just it was just cool. I don't know, Michael, you might have been down there that night too.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
Look, real quick, man, we gotta let you. I mean, because what time is it out in LA right now?
Right now it's 4:52. So 7:52 over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real quick, man, let the people know where they can meet you at, where they can find you at, and how can they reach you and everything. What's your social media?
Absolutely. At Jamal Doman, JamalDoman on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I got a website. The website is up and running now. Jamal Doman. Just go to jamaldoman.com. Fuck with my website. A lot of good stuff on there, man. And Dope Dealers Podcast every Thursday. The new episode dropped today, man. Dope Dealers Podcast.
What time you on Thursdays?
Huh?
What time you live or you tape it?
Oh no, we just drop it. It's not live.
You just drop it on Thursdays.
On Thursdays. So Dope Dealers Podcast, man. Yeah, and I'll be back in Philly next week. I'm bringing my daughter home next week, man. So I'm doing a couple Ken Jones shows. I'm doing some in next Friday and next Saturday. Saturday in Delaware, Friday in Glenside, PA. Ridiculous Funny. So go fuck with me there, man. Definitely, man.
That's what's up, man. Good to see you, man. You're very funny. You're always holding it down, man. You represent us.
And you always look out for people as well, man. And I'm gonna see you again when you come to Philly, man.
Absolutely, my brother. Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Y'all be easy.
All right now.
Our engineer. Yeah, very, very funny brother. Good dude, man. Went out to LA doing his thing, been in movies. He's doing, he does a lot, man. I'm proud of him. And that's all I can say. Good brother. A lot of good comedians that we met, man. This has been a great show, right? Next week, I can't tell you we're gonna have next week. Somebody big, but make sure y'all continue to tune in to the Hill-arious Show each and every Thursday, 7 o'clock. Man, it's been a great show. We out of here.
Brian G, bring us on, baby.